Hello, everyone, and welcome to this month's portal transmission, which is for the 2-2 gateway portal. And actually, as I'm speaking, it's 2:02. And so the energy of the 2 is with us very powerfully, following on from the 1 last month. And I'm interested to see what Spirit will bring through this. As we had under 5 people on the call, I've decided not to share the whole call with those of you who booked this, and this will just be shared as a public video on YouTube so that others can receive it as well. When there are larger numbers on the call, then it will be shared as a private video for just those who've booked on the replay, so that people have a chance to share. So thank you for joining me, both now in the present and those on the replay. This really powerful time in 2025, on this beautiful day of Imbolc, where the sun is shining so strongly here, and we celebrate the first signs of spring and the energy of the light and the sun coming back. The nights are gradually getting longer. And we were just saying that we're all being really, well, we're really ready to step into our higher versions of ourselves and to really be in the world as who we fully are as an embodied soul, and casting off and letting go those other parts of ourselves which no longer align, which maybe have been there as coping mechanisms and have served us in the past but no longer do. So I'm going to go into the channeling in a minute, the transmission, and after that I'm just going to speak a little bit about what I offer. So thank you. Just get comfortable and sit as for meditation to receive this transmission. And so today, Spirit are taking us into the woods, into nature, and they would like you to look down and just to see what you see, to see the green shoots coming up of the flowers, the bluebells. There might be daffodils beginning to come through, but the signs that life is being reborn, is beginning to grow. And to really know that you have come through the darkest time and you have gone within. And for many of you, this may have been quite a challenging time, to have to look at things that perhaps had been there in your life for a long time, or even in past lives, and to really look them in the face and make changes, even if it brings up great fear. And we are coming through that now, because we are being reborn. Spirit are saying you are being reborn as a soul at this time. Imagine yourself, it's been like pushing up through the earth to birth this new aspect of yourself. And if you think, it probably takes quite a lot of energy for that plant to start to push upwards out of the bulb and through the dense earth until it comes into the light. And that's what we've been doing. But we've been held by the earth. We've been held safe by her. She is our mother and our home, and she supports us. And just as some animals hibernate in the winter, she holds us through the winter time, grounds us so that we are safe to really go into these inner parts of ourselves that may be wounded, and also to connect with our dreaming and what we wish for and where we are going to go this year, where we plan to go. Metatron is with me very strongly, coming in now to stand with you all, to honor this time, because he says this is a very new part of your journey. And it may be a road that you have not traveled before. It may feel very uncomfortable, very new, not familiar in any way. And he says, it's very easy to stay with what is familiar, even if you're not that keen on it, even if it's not that great, you know it. But this energy is calling on you to walk a new path and to have new experiences and to present yourself in a new way, opening and being visible with much more of yourself than you've ever shown before. And he's bringing in energies to support us at this time. He's almost giving us a suit of armor to wear, because we all feel as if we've got a new skin. We've been casting off our skins. It's the year of the snake. And the new skin feels vulnerable, has not built up yet a good, strong exterior. And so we might feel quite challenged and quite raw and vulnerable as we birth these, he's calling them star parts, these star aspects of ourselves. And just know that as you're listening to this transmission, you are being aligned with these parts of yourself that are embodying now. And it's really strong. And whenever you listen to this, whenever you find this video, it will be the same. But it's very, very strong. There is no more hiding from who we are. And it may feel extremely uncomfortable, as I say. And some people may not understand it. But as one of the participants was just saying, we need to just stay strong in who we are and not worry about what others think. And we will be naturally aligned by the laws of the universe to align with others like us who can support us. Metatron asks you to now feel yourself as that plant that's just coming through. It's got its first leaves coming through the ground. It's really well anchored. We are really well anchored. Even though we are going into new territory, yet are we held extremely securely. We are rooted and anchored into the ground and all that nurturing energy of Mother Earth. And we are connected to the earth, to the water, to the nutrients we need to really grow this year, to the light and into the earth. And just to feel this, what does it feel? How do you feel at this point as this plant? Beginning to stretch out into this new version of you. Beginning to embody your true soul essence, which may not have been expressed in the world for a very long time, and never as it will in this time, because this is a new time. And we have cleared so much. We have cleared so much trauma. We have cleared baggage and energies that we'd carried that no longer align. So we are much lighter now and much truer in our vibration to our original soul. when it was birthed. And you will be asked to step up this year, and you will wish to. You will feel pulled to step out of your comfort zone and to speak up, to show yourself. And this may be in public or it may just be to yourself, but you will see yourself as you really are for the first time. And Metatron really asks you to be aware of this, even to look in the mirror and to just honor who you are and how far you have come and all that you are offering, both within your own energy vibration and within the world when you go out. Because just being here brings so much. We are all offering energies out into the world at all times. And now to feel the sun coming, shining down onto you, and feeling that pull to open and stretch up towards it. Feel the love of the sun connecting to your heart, encouraging your growth. In fact, it's unavoidable. You cannot help but grow in this energy because it's the law of the universe. It's the law of all creation, and we are creator beings. We are part of all that is. And we are growing in the same way that nature grows. We also have seasons and yearly cycles. And for those of us in the northern hemisphere, we are moving towards spring, into spring, a period of huge growth. This is the beginning. So this meditation is to help you really anchor in, ready to fly, ready to really grow and stretch out and open into that beautiful plant or flower, whatever it is that you see. You may be aware, you may relate to a particular flower, or you may just feel the energy. It doesn't matter. But know that you will be opening very wide this year to send out your true light and soul signature energy into the world. And as we sit here and feel this, feel held by the earth, so we feel our roots pulling down into the earth as well. As the plant grows, so do the roots. Multiple roots, all pushing down into the soft earth and anchoring us even more firmly, just in the way that a tree grows, and it has these beautiful branches which are balanced and mirrored by the root structure under the earth, which we don't see, but which is equally big and extensive. Just as the branches receive the light, so the roots receive and are held in the earth. They receive the water. So it's like the balance of water and fire. In fact, all the elements which are needed for life to exist. Just feeling yourself as this plant, feeling the air, feeling the fire from the sun, the earth holding you, the water nourishing you. And when the wind blows, you are strong, you do not bend. You do not break. So the energy of the two, partnership, balance, harmony, dark and light, above and below. Just feeling that balance within you, coming to the divine masculine and feminine within you. The feminine on the left, the masculine on the right. Feel into that balance within you. Does one side feel out of balance? Spirit are bringing you the energy of both this time to help you just come back into equilibrium. If you've been doing a lot of action in the world, you need to come back into your feminine. If you've been going within and less active, then perhaps it's time to begin new projects or begin to build one step at a time. We are going to be asked to do a lot this year. We may have felt like we've been walking up a ladder, climbing up a hill for such a long time, and yet we have a little further to go still before we reach a plateau. And Metatron says it will be worth it. It will be worth it. Because we are going to find that we receive rewards this year in a way that we have not before. Through the law of attraction, through the universal laws of karma. I'm feeling now the stones and the pebbles in the earth too, the strength of them. When we are planted in the earth as a plant, we are close to the rock and the stone as well, who hold space with timeless, quiet energy. Bring us peace. I know they're called the silent witness in some cultures. They have seen it all. They've been there for so long. They've seen the ebb and flow, the coming and going. Just connect to their energy because they hold space for us at this time. They witness us. This is a moment to just witness how far you've come and how you've kept going as well. Sometimes through great pain and hardship. Metatron wishes to say that it's all noted by Spirit. Nothing goes past them. All your struggles have been seen and noted. They are not in vain. And you are growing from them. You are growing through them. I'm now feeling the sun moving into more of an afternoon phase where it's a warm glow. And I'm feeling that energy as nature starts to settle down in the late afternoon. The growth has been in the morning. She breathes out in the afternoon. Spirit are saying, remember to take rest, to really take time to see and acknowledge all that you have done. Integrate it. It's very, very important for us to process things that happen in our life, especially around our growth. We are often so busy reaching for the next step that we don't actually show appreciation to ourselves of how we have reached the step before. We're straight on to the next one. Yet we need to really honor it and we need to feel what it feels like. When things happen in our life, we need to emotionally process them. We feel them in our bodies, whether they are happy or sad. We need time for that at the moment because so much energy is going into our growth. And as I tune into this, we are now going into the evening and the quiet, and feeling into how nature also sleeps, pauses in her growth, ready to have energy for the next day. She too receives dreams. You may well receive guidance in the night through your dreams. You may wake up with great clarity. Know that you are established now and growing. And your root system will expand, as do your leaves. You are balanced and held. And it's safe to move out of your boundaries that you have had up until now. Knowing that you have your own beautiful purpose, and that you are where you're meant to be right now. Knowing that you can come back to this place in the woods and check in with how your growth is going. Knowing that you're always held by the earth. So beginning to come back now, and for those on the call, just to stay muted and videos off. So I just come back and we'll just do a little talk to share with you a little about how I may help you. As we know, on the spiritual path, we journey with ourselves, with a higher knowing, with our intuition, our own guides. We walk side by side with others on similar paths. Sometimes there comes a time when we need a bit of extra help to connect with spirit through another healer or channel or wise person. And we always know who that person is because they resonate with us in such a direct way. They speak to us. And we know, yes, that is the person I wish to work with. And it may be something about their energy, or that they've had a similar story and that they understand. And I wasn't quite sure what I was going to say today, but actually Spirit are wanting me to talk a bit about my story and why I do this. So as a child, I was sensitive and I was very into nature, very into art and craft. And I loved being in the woods and collecting feathers, being at the beach and collecting stones, collecting crystals, very much as I am now. And I had a big trauma when I lost my father, age 6, which meant I had to grow up very quickly and take on a lot of responsibility. And this also caused a lot of fears in me because I was thrown into an adult world when I wasn't ready. And I know that this applies to many of us. And But actually, these difficult starts that many of us have actually been exactly what we've needed to bring us into this place of wanting to serve, wanting to help others, and having the empathy and understanding what it means to suffer or be frightened, to have fears, feel out of control and overwhelmed. And these are the things that we often need to work on when we heal and when we step into our sovereignty, because we cannot take them with us, because they don't vibrate at the frequency that we are aiming for. They are denser, lower frequency, and often they mirror events of past lives. For instance, I've recently found that I made many vows in past lives, hardship of not expressing any feelings, of martyrdom, and a lot of that showed up in my early life. And we don't need these anymore. We are joyful beings. We live in a beneficent universe that wants us to be our fullest selves and to experience joy. Many of us have had to learn how to experience joy because it was shut down in earlier life. And with the work I do, we attend to these things. We can go back to the parts of the timeline where they occurred, whether it's in this life or a past life, and heal it. So the full energy of support from the ancestors can come down to us, which is a natural state, but so often it's been severely restricted due to traumas either in the family line or within our own line of past lives, or even that of our, we're a twin flame, our divine counterpart. And what comes through very clearly is that the emotional healing is a big part of the spiritual journey, that through the emotions we heal. And so often we might feel stuck because we're afraid to go forward. And that, again, that fear might relate to so many of us have had past life persecution where we were severely tortured, eventually killed, but often they wanted us to suffer. They didn't want us to be able to speak our truth. And so there are often wounding around the throat chakra. Also, as women, there's often wounding around our reproductive area because many of us worked with that energy of creation, which is so powerful. And work is needed there in order that the energies can be freed up to be used again in the way that they're meant to, for us to be able to speak out without fear, and for us to be able to create from our womb space, from our sacred, from the sacral or from the base chakra, the sacral chakra, I should say, area where we create. So that's just a bit of talking around how we work sometimes, quite apart from the guidance and the insights about past lives. It is the healing that allows us to fully flourish into who we are. So at the moment, I have various offerings, but the one I'm most called to talk about today is the 2-month program, 4 sessions, where you are held by spirit for that amount of time in a container, and we can look at whichever area you may wish to work with, or you may wish to leave it up to spirit. But if you're feeling stuck in any way, this allows a space where the energy is held for you to go deep into what's going on and to gain clarity, reassurance, and find confidence in moving forward, often with a lot of guidance around tasks. Although Spirit will never tell you what to do, they will offer guidance on areas to work on, and they will often give you crystals to work with, or, as I say, tasks, often to do with making maybe a circle or a sacred area, or meditating, working with a candle, whatever it is, to really help you to move into that next phase of your journey, because that's what we need sometimes, is just that help to get on to the next step. Sometimes we can feel overwhelmed by the emotions and the fears, not quite know what to do, maybe not to have clarity or confidence in our own knowing. Sometimes it needs a catalyst of someone else. I will also put a link in the description box about with my Linktree link, which shows you everything else I do. But I'm on this journey too, and I'm here to support you on yours with my own experience, 30 years in spiritual development, and on the twin flame path for 20, 10 of them, no more than that, probably about 12 of them consciously. So thank you so much for joining me. Do get in touch if I can help you. So I'm going to stop this recording here with much love. See you soon on the 3-3 portal.